The eastern Ukrainian town of Avdiivka is increasingly becoming a flashpoint in the conflict, where fighting remains intense even as the front lines have barely moved for months. Russia appears to have made tactical progress on the outskirts of the embattled town, as Ukraine claims heavy losses to attacking troops. As the weather cooled and both sides struggled for a breakthrough, the Ukrainian president announced that he would strengthen his country's defenses. Zelensky strengthens frontline defense. Ukraine is stepping up efforts to strengthen defenses and fortifications across the country. President Volodymyr Zelensky on Thursday announced a nationwide initiative to strengthen defense postures, outlining the main focus areas. Defensive fortifications will be strengthened along the entire northern territory of Ukraine on the border with Belarus and Russia. Positions in southern Kherson region, where Ukrainian troops continue their attempts to expand Russian-occupied bridgehead on banks of Dnipro River, will also be strengthened. Analysts warn that building fortifications with active armament and harsh winter conditions could be challenging in some areas. Zelensky's announcement marks nascent stage of the conflict, what Ukraine's top military chief calls a positional war, in which neither side has ability to achieve a significant breakthrough or superiority force that would lead to more static and solid front lines. Analysts pointed to Russian defensive positions that managed to block Vance's Ukrainian summer counterattacks as an example of the effectiveness fortified lines. As both sides continue to dig, it becomes increasingly difficult to capture significant territory without massive attrition, where the depth of manpower and equipment becomes a determining factor. Russian forces continued their attempts to completely encircle the town of Avdiivka in Ukraine's eastern Donetsk region, where harsh winter conditions reportedly made maneuvers difficult for both Ukrainian and Russian forces. Pro-Russian bloggers reported tactical advances throughout weak industrial zone in southeast and on railway lines northwest of town, as Ukrainian army claimed to have established defensive positions. Russia maintains air superiority and uses guided aerial Soviet-era munitions loaded with high explosives that are kept out of air defense range by Russian warplanes as high-speed winds and snow limit the use of unmanned aerial vehicles. Russia focused on gaining high ground in the industrial zone of Avdiivka but failed, a local official said. Ukraine claims that defensive actions in and around the town inflicted heavy losses on Russian troops and equipment. Ukrainian police are helping evacuate local residents. About 1,300 civilians remain in Avdiivka, which has been a frontline town since 2014. An elderly couple evacuated from Avdiivka this week explained their decision to leave. It gets worse day by day. We hardly sleep at all. Bombardment, Ardman.